Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you 3 amazing skincare products. 2 are brand new and 1 is a product that I've talked about before, but I have a new testimonial to share about it, and it's from my husband. So starting off, let's jump right on in here. The first thing that I want to tell you about, I've been using for a couple of weeks now, and I am just blown away by. It is the Ravie Beauty Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. When this launched, I was on a cruise ship with my friend. I literally put this in my cart to buy it. And then, you know, as what happens on vacation, you get busy, and I thought, oh, I'll just buy it when I get back. Well, I got back home and lo and behold, there was a PR package from Ravie Beauty and they had this in there. And I was like, oh, yay, I am so excited. So I'm so grateful for them sending me this. I immediately started using it the very next day. I thought, okay, let's put this to the test. So I started initially just using this in the mornings under my sunscreen and then applying makeup over it. And honestly, I thought, oh, this might be a little too heavy for me. I have combination, veering on oily skin. I have enlarged pores, texture, I have fine lines. I've got the whole kit and caboodle. So when I first applied it, I thought, oh, this might be a little too heavy, but it sunk immediately into my skin and my skin just felt like soft, moisturized, but not greasy. And I'm going to show you me applying this morning. So I have nothing on my skin. I apply 2 pumps of it. And you see, as I work it into my skin, all of a sudden my skin just takes on this nice natural glow, and it does kind of have this bounce to it after applying. And I was so impressed. So then I went on with my sunscreen and my makeup wore incredibly well. So I thought the next day, all right, let's try this again. Maybe it was just beginner's luck. And day after day, I continued using this in the daytime and loving it. Well, after about 4 or 5 days, I thought, let's give it a try at nighttime. And the only thing I added was I added a little vitamin C serum, popped this on top, and went to bed, and my skin looked amazing in the morning. It was not dry, it was not oily, it was just perfectly moisturized and looked plump. It felt soft. So on the Ravie website, what it says is that this provides up to 228% hydration after 1 use. And I thought, okay, that's kind of crazy. How does it do that? Well, it says it does that because they use some kind of technology to give us nanoparticles. So think of nano brow pencils, right? Super, super tiny, right? Super, super tiny particles, which are able to absorb better into the skin than your typical moisturizer. So I have just been so happy and so pleased with this. My skincare regimen right now has been pretty lazy. So I've been pretty much just doing this and the vitamin C serum, of course, sunscreen during the day. But also, you might tell a little bit in my voice, I have been sick over the last week with a cold. And it's one of those colds where I was blowing my nose every 3 to 5 minutes. And you know what havoc that wreaks on your skin, especially around your nose. And let me just show you up close. And you saw me apply the cream this morning to my face. I do not have any of those dry patches. What I was doing is periodically throughout the day, not every time I would blow my nose, but a couple times I would just add a tiny little dot of this around my nose, and it has kept that skin moisturized. It's kept it from peeling and getting really dry and starting to hurt. It's been amazing. So if you are in the market for a new moisturizer, I would highly recommend checking this out. The packaging is gorgeous and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. All you have to do is twist the bottom and the pump comes up. You pump it out. I use generally 2 pumps on my face in the morning and then 2 pumps at night, and I have been loving it. You want to come say hi? Okay, come on. Gracie decided she wanted to come up here and give her 2 cents worth. She says, yes, Mom, your skin is super soft. Okay, the second product that I am so excited to share is this autocorrect eye cream from Sunday Riley. Again, another product that was sent to me, but only after I had attended a seminar, online seminar, to learn more about this brand and some of their products. This was one of the products that was demoed and talked about, and I thought, ooh, I am really intrigued by that. So what was intriguing is this dramatically helps with dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines. I have dark circle issues. I just do. Lots of different reasons, but lack of sleep being one of them. And this contains caffeine and Brazilian ginseng root extract, which the combination of those two help to immediately reduce the look of puffiness and dark circles. And then over time, it is also supposed to help correct this issue. This also is an eye cream that you can use on your eyelids and around your whole eye. So this is approved for 360 degrees around the eye area. I have really sensitive eyes, and I am learning very quickly there are very few eye creams that I can actually use on the lid of my eye because they seep into my eyes, and I wake up in the morning and my eyes are red and irritated and I hate it. So this one does not do that. Now, as I was applying this morning, in the daytime, I only apply this under the eyes because I have oily eyelids. But as you can see, I'm tapping this under the eyes, and there is a gentle pearlescence to this cream that I think helps give the illusion of more brightness under the eyes immediately. And then those other ingredients are working below the surface of the skin to help improve those issues as well. Now, this also has cocoa and shea butter and watermelon extract, sodium PCA, to help infuse the eyes with more hydration. So I have just overall been so pleasantly surprised with this. I also want to say packaging is a huge part of why this is successful. It is in a glass bottle, but it is opaque. So the product inside is staying as fresh as it can. Caffeine does deteriorate with light and over time if it's getting any air. So this has an airless pump. But what I love about this pump is you can literally just do a tiny little tiny dab. You don't have to waste product, because so many times if an eye cream comes with a pump, you know, you've been there, it's like you have to do a full pump and then you're left with all this product and you're like, I am wasting product. You're not wasting product with this. And in fact, again, it is keeping everything really fresh and preserved. And I just want to show you that pearlescent kind of glow, this light reflecting. There's no glitter or anything like that, but just the nature of this composition, when you put that under your eyes, it just brightens automatically. So I have been super impressed with this. If you're in the market for a new eye cream, I would highly recommend checking out. Now, the third and final product that I want to share with you today is a product I have talked about before. This particular variety of this product I've talked about before, but I have a brand new story, and the story comes from my husband. I asked him today, I'm like, do you want me to interview you in the video? And he's like, no. You can be my Aaron. I'll be Moses and have you speak for me. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to be sharing his story with this product. But what is the product? It is the sea buckthorn tallow balm from It's the Balm company. If you're not at all familiar with this company or these products are made with 100% grass-fed and finished beef tallow. That is the base of the product. And then the owner, April, and her husband, Travis, they have been coming up with new recipes almost every time they do a restock. And she has just come up with some amazing combinations. I have other testimonials from people in my church, from a dog in my neighborhood, from other people, other friends that have used these balms. I will leave my previous videos linked in the description box down below. But because this is a small business and these products are made in small batches, they do restocks about every 6 to 8 weeks. And the final restock of 2025 is happening Sunday, October 26th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And because they're small batches, these products all do sell out. In fact, if you go over to their website right now, you'll probably see everything's out of stock. And I get people who go, why is everything out of stock? Well, it's out of stock because It takes a lot of time and effort to make each of these products, but because each one of them is so carefully done, I think that's what adds to the quality of everything. So even though I love several of the other products, the nightcap, I love that at night for a nourishing balm. I've loved the Soothe and the blue tansy balm, the rose balm. I've talked about all those, but I wanted to go back and talk about the sea buckthorn because my husband recently had hand surgery. He had a condition called Dupuytren's contracture, and probably some of you are familiar, but basically, in essence, it causes these cords to form in the hand, and those cords gradually start drawing the fingers down. It's separate from the tendon in the hand, and my husband has previously had the alternative procedure to surgery, and those were not successful. So the surgeon's like, this time we got to do surgery. So he had his surgery and the doctor said, oh, yep, it was successful, kept it wrapped up. 2 weeks later, while I was on vacation, my husband went to get the stitches removed. And he came home, and that evening, all he did was bend, like just slightly bent his finger, and the incision popped open. So I'm gonna pop up on the screen a picture of what that looked like. If you are at all squeamish, just look away. It'll just be real quick, but it's important to see what it looked like. So this is what it looked like. And I thought, oh no. I said, okay, I'm coming home tomorrow. I'm gonna get the sea buckthorn balm out and we're gonna put that on there. My husband is a little skeptical when it comes to products in general. And he's like, well, okay. So we applied this on Friday at midday. When I got home, I applied it to his hand. He applied it Friday night. And by Saturday morning, so after just 3 uses, this is what it looked like already. Just after 3 uses. 1 week later, and this is what it looked like. The incision was completely closed up. There had been no infection. It did not continue to scab or ooze or anything. And so the before and the after within just 1 week, and he was only applying it twice a day, it's just mind-boggling. And he said, I am not one to, jump on a bandwagon and promote products, but he said, that balm, it totally worked. So I say all that to say, for us, the sea buckthorn balm has worked wonders in helping heal up his incision. I have personally used this on burns. I've used it on little cuts that I've gotten on my hand, and it just does something miraculous. Sea buckthorn oil has antibacterial properties about it, but the combination with the beef tallow not only adds some hydration, keeps the skin moist, but it just helps knit that skin together quicker, and it's just miraculous. So if you are interested in any of the balms, I will leave a link down below, and I will also put across the screen and in the description box, I have a discount code. And because this is the last restock of the year, it's good for 20% off your order. Normally, I only have a 10% off discount, but it is a 20% off discount. So it is Sharalee 10, but it's going to give you 20% off. So I'll put that across the screen. I'll put it in the description box. Make sure you use the discount code. It's good on your entire order. Again, for 20% off. That's only for this restock specifically, and I would encourage you set your alarms because these products do go very quickly. I think her new product that's launching this time is she has a pumpkin spice scented balm for your lips this time, so I might be checking that out myself. Her pumpkin spice whipped balm, it smells delightful, so I can't wait to check out the lip one as well. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you've been looking for a new face moisturizer, a new eye cream, or just an all-around product that you want to have in your medicine cabinet at home, I hope that you will check these products out. As always, they will be linked and listed in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.